Hello and welcome to Coin Lady channel. Today's discussion on Ripple and XRP in our regularly scheduled program of daily crypto news and analysis. The great majority of crypto and banking was covered here. Let's simply jump in and start working. First, let's look at this tweet. Hence, the confluence of the 20 UTC lawsuits, in which Ripple claims that XRP is a security, and the 20 UTC announcement by Coinbase that it will halt XRP trading. There are still trades going on for 1,720.23 SEC, Suze Beatrix alleges algo-5, 620.23 algo and dash, and more in the realm of securities on Coinbase. The SEC seems to be a source of anxiety. As we examine XRP now, of course, there is no mistaking the SEC's objective now. Initially there's probably a lot of concerns about if XRP was a security or not, and I believe that these exchanges and these organizations are finally understanding that as well. After what seems like 2.5 years of SEC efforts, I think businesses are beginning to grasp the big picture. They are not here to safeguard investors, but to screw them. Also, I've already mentioned this. It's the primary cause of that. And yes, I'm aware that many people were criticizing it. Yes, I see what you mean. In fact, I spent a lot of time on this channel discussing useful tools. But that's why so many Twitter users were so hostile to me when I discussed Wall Street, classic, right? The value of this coin is in the strength of its community, rather than in the coin itself. To screw over the old world, which is based on control, greed, and eventually keeping the small guys down, is why I discussed that token and why I came into crypto in the first place. You see, it is precisely why I became interested in cryptography in the first place. Like, we're here to make a statement. These companies, these exchanges, etc., are getting targeted because Wall Street wants their money. Wall Street wants to get rich off the backs of those that are investing into crypto, and we are the little guys, the people who were constantly getting tossed to the side while the rich and the wealthy continue to get rich. And it's a major one, too. I agree that these businesses should relocate outside of the United States. I believe that crypto will become more larger than everyone anticipates, since this sector will continue to thrive. This is the primary motivation for governments to issue their own digital currencies backed by the central bank, right? They foresee great potential and strength in the arena, and hence wish to produce these digital tokens. However, they seek complete dominance. They are after all that dough so they can dominate this new frontier just like they did the old one. It's absurd, to put it mildly. However, over on this side of the pond, we also find that attorney John Dean has called the SEC XRP idea far-fetched, adding that the SEC's case against XRP is neither legal nor protective of investors. This is precisely the point I've been making as we analyze XRP sales. The most common question asked is, what was Ripple doing with XRP? At issue here? 100%. This is a topic that we've discussed before. However, I don't think it's appropriate to discuss XRP sales in general. XRP is still a currency, in my opinion. Furthermore, if we take a more in-depth look at XRP, I believe that its total potential is exceedingly wide beyond what Ripple could even do with it if Ripple were to be severed at the source and XRP continued to do its own thing. Because of the infinite applications built into the XRP ledger, I believe XRP will continue to gain traction and become a highly valuable token. However, the SEC keeps pushing its argument that XRP is a security, despite the fact that Ripple was just using XRP and you, as an investor in XRP, sought value from Ripple based on XRP. That, however, is not the case. For example, I don't put my faith in Brad Garland's house to increase the value of my XRP holdings, or in Ripple's ability to use XRP to increase the value of my holdings by, say, $5 or $10. Rather, I put my faith in XRP and XRP alone in terms of the overall value that is being created on the XRP ledger through XRP. Therefore, I believe the SEC's argument to be exceedingly implausible and fallacious. Johnny Dean and I are in agreement on that point. In addition, this is the primary reason why I think the lawsuit will ultimately be resolved in favor of Ripple and XRP, and that XRP will be recognized as a currency and enjoy complete regulatory clarity. When that time comes, to add, I'd like to simply start this video playing. On Twitter, Vendel33 said this. I, too, am a black swan capitalist. What do you make of Francis Hunt's forecast that XRP and XLM would soon soar to previously unimagined heights? Keep your attention on this video. Guys, the clearing level in our heads was quite high. So, go forth and make a wave. You can still make money off of it despite this. Almost everything you interact with is the money of another person, with whose rules you are effectively playing a board game. Just as you mentioned, there is a great opportunity to gain money during this transfer of the world's worth into a digital ledger, and you should never let a crisis go to waste. As a result, this is a highly lucrative opportunity. Once we go to discussing XRP, you should definitely cash out your aluminum winnings and put them toward the purchase of gold, XLM, and XRP. If I gave you the figures, we have 3 major technical macro calls on and our chalk, and I would provide a chart with you, but it may be something we save for another time. However, the members of our community are well aware of our position. And here we were thinking these dudes were cool. I also agree with this particular assertion. I do believe that the value of XRP and XLM will increase dramatically. However, I don't agree that you should trade it in for gold or something like that. I have an XRP bag and a great bag, but I have no intention of parting with either of them. Earnings are mine to keep. I do have some XRP and XLM to trade if you're interested. Also, I'm considering trading the proceeds for precious metals like gold or silver. Gold and silver, in my opinion, are promising investments. In terms of return on investment, I believe silver will eventually surpass gold in the next years. It makes little sense to dispute with the fact that XRP is popular, however I must say that I do agree with this. The time has come for LM to make a significant market shift. They have been preparing for a significant market shift for over 2,000 days. Obviously, this matters. Also, I thought I'd pass along this from Tim Draper. In all honesty, I found this to be quite fascinating. It is true that many Silicon Valley startups are setting up shop in other parts of the world. Both Coinbase and Gemini have decided to leave the United States due to strict regulations. Blockchain innovation in New York is losing ground to cities like Dubai, London, and Singapore. We lose employment, money, and shelter because of this exodus. I've already mentioned that the crypto industry is tremendously big, with a plethora of available positions, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Taking into account the current state of crypto and the regulatory climate, I believe that a significant portion of the market's capital is leaving the United States. The United States looks to be regressing into the past, and I believe that much of the world's power is shifting away from the country. They seem to be making an effort to undermine this new and vulnerable asset class. And by doing so, they will not only hurt themselves, but also the people they claim to be protecting while using the quotation marks. Additionally, this is a major development. That's a major issue. The United States may be regressing, as seen from Brad Garland's mansion in Washington, D.C., but I like to look on the bright side. In the last few months, the European Union (EU), the United Kingdom (UK), and the United Arab Emirates (UAE) have all advanced new regulatory frameworks and regimes for crypto activity. And it was included in their market analysis. This is from April 27, and we discussed it briefly. Here at home we have confirmation from a third source. Next week I'll be joining the Ripple team in Dubai for the FinTech Summit, where I'll be joining Dan Murphy on stage to talk about the value of cryptocurrencies and the need for a regulator who can provide clarity and push the industry forward. And when it comes to crypto and crypto legislation, Dubai has been the gold area, or perhaps I should say the gold standard. It's amazing, the place. Without a doubt, you ought to see it if the opportunity presents itself. However, many of my acquaintances have been making the move to Dubai over the past several years to take advantage of the booming cryptocurrency industry there. Cryptocurrency is gaining popularity and adoption, but it is unregulated. I mean, the United Arab Emirates is home to a tax haven that I'll explain in further detail if we meet up there. The United Arab Emirates Securities Authority has announced that it will begin accepting applications for crypto licenses immediately. On April 18 of this year, this occurred. Companies intending to provide services in the United Arab Emirates must comply with an obligatory licensing framework, unless they are located in one of the country's financial free zones. In addition to SCA approval, companies seeking to operate in the Emirate of Dubai are also required to obtain a license from the Emirates Virtual Assets Regulator Authority, as mentioned in the announcement. However, they're actually clarifying the situation, investigating the matter, and carrying out the necessary tasks. And as we can see, under these laws, anyone who wants to deal in virtual assets must set up shop in the state, using one of the legal structures recognized by the relevant authorities in charge of issuing business licenses. But yeah, they are doing the job, they are actually regulating, they are doing things on the SEC, and here in the United Arab Emirates, we see the UAE Emirate establishing a free zone for digital and virtual asset enterprises. On February 28 of this year, both parties had full control of their own enterprises and were subject to distinct legal and financial regulations. Big news, big news. In fact, as we examine some of these areas, we see that the UAE has been moving quickly on a lot of adoption and a lot of acceptance around crypto since it's not just this year, going all the way back to January Yasha, and this is where the US should 100% be taking notes, because obviously they have failed in their goal, and I think that they are going to continue to fail. They are, and have been, moving at lightning speed with regards to crypto and crypto legislation and adoption. I see this as a major red flag for what's to come out of the United States. Even in the United Kingdom, the senior minister has said that the country might have crypto regulation within a year, meaning that starting on May 3 RD, the United Kingdom's crypto centre could have a huge competitive edge over the European Union. And when we return home, just as crypto adoption is happening in the EU, the UK, and the UAE, we should expect to see the same thing here. Furthermore, this statement tells me that these large areas will engage in a regulatory competition to become a crypto hub. They've even made a name for themselves in Hong Kong. However, it appears that there will be a race on to adopt and accept these cryptocurrencies through crypto legislation, regulatory frameworks. A lot rides on this for me. Like the space race, this is something that everyone should be paying attention to, as it promises to spur a competition to see who can achieve its goals first. As a result, many cryptocurrency exchanges, including Coinbase and Gemini, are considering relocating to countries with more favorable regulatory environments. Coinbase, the second largest exchange, exists, which is really bonkers. The number of weekly visitors has dropped to around 35.5, therefore you're right about it. Nonetheless, their daily trading volume is close to $800 million. Gemini is smaller than Jupiter and Saturn, with only roughly 20 million people, but it still receives about 200,000 visitors per week. In addition, Nance, the largest exchange, is widely accepted outside of the United States. We are aware of their current situation. And it appears that way when we take a closer look at things. The SEC's regulatory campaign against cryptocurrency exchanges, businesses, and projects costs a lot of power. Sad as it may seem, we got into crypto in order to evade the extremists in suits who are after the tremendous innovation and, ultimately, an asset class that restores the people's power. This is why I insist on the vital importance of decentralized banking and finance. You can be sure that many individuals pass through here on a daily basis. It's a place where, as we see when we examine the word DeFi, non-conventional strategies are explicitly discouraged. And that bothers them quite a bit. That's why I also implied they were targeting DeFi. They intend to compete in the staking market. Because offering staking as a service gives you an instantaneous edge over traditional financial institutions like banks. Because of this, the banks face competition. They observe this and worry about the future of cryptocurrency because, for example, supposing Coinbase built its bank tomorrow. And if you insist on staying with them, we recommend betting on us. No longer is staking necessary. Perhaps you could save it in a savings account that works like a bank account. That means all you have to do to earn 5% annually is hold us. When will you be back? Where are you going to go to a bank in the United States, and perhaps the world? To what bank are you going to take your money in order to get 5%? I'll tell you where it isn't present, there isn't one. They realize the danger posed by crypto, which is why they're battling it so aggressively. Withdrawals from banks are at an all-time high while deposits are at an all-time low, and that's a problem. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe. See you later, bye.